Hey there, everyone. I've got a little bit of news to share with you. For those who have found relief or encouragement or simply benefited from the Recovery After Stroke podcast, I've recently set up a Patreon page to help keep the podcast running. Since 2017, I've been covering all the costs myself, but now I'm reaching out to our amazing community for a little bit of support. If this podcast has helped you on your recovery journey, joining our Patreon is a way to give back and ensure it stays available for others who need it. Your support will help cover the costs of recording, editing, and hosting so that we can keep bringing you the content that's made a difference in your life. It also supports the transcription of episodes into subtitles on YouTube, making the podcast accessible to listeners with hearing challenges. For those of you who appreciate that this podcast exists for stroke survivors everywhere, your support helps with web hosting and maintenance, keeping everything running smoothly and ensuring the podcast remains a resource for everyone. Membership starts at just $5 a month, and every little bit helps. If you'd like to support the podcast, head over to patreon.com/recoveryafterstroke. Your help makes a big difference, and I'm so grateful for your support. Thank you. This is episode 317, and today I'm thrilled to bring you the inspiring story of Sunny Kakaiya, a stroke survivor who has turned his life around in remarkable ways. After suffering a stroke due to high blood pressure, Sunny faced immense physical and emotional challenges, but through determination, meditation, and sheer willpower, he not only regained his independence, but also transformed his life. Join us as we dive into Sunny's incredible journey of recovery and personal growth. This is one episode you will want to listen to. Sunny Kakaiya, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Bill. It is honor to join you and talk to you. I've seen, I see every video you posted on YouTube, and it's really motivating for me also from that standpoint. I see to see the journey of people who have gone through and how they overcome, and that has actually given me a hope that I will be soon completely fine. So I'm very positive about that. It's been 3 years from now when the stroke has happened. Exactly 4th Jan 2021, first working day of the year. So we celebrate 31st and everything was there with the friends, and on 4th of Jan, I started with my business, and the stroke happened. So it
Mm.
was, I still remember that day very, very evident. It is still in the front of my eyes. I actually visualize that what actually happened. I do some meditation techniques or some from that standpoint. So I go back in that period and see that what happened to me, how how I reacted, how my mom reacted, my neighbors. So everything I see, I try to heal myself from that standpoint. So that's the one. Yeah.
So, what exactly happened to you? Tell me, like, did you notice something wasn't going well? There was some issues with your health. What did you notice?
Uh, there was a history that 6 months back, uh, from the time a stroke happened. I was at a business trip to Hyderabad, and when I entered the office, I started sweating and I was feeling uncomfortable. I immediately raised it to the medical assistant, and they took me to the hospital. And then I was admitted in the ICU. They monitored my heart and stuff. Later on, doctor told me that you have a high blood pressure. Because of that, you are experiencing this uneasiness and drowsiness. And so he told me to take medicines, and later on I was back to my home location at Mumbai. Uh, I will tell you that I was little bit hesitant to take a medicine because putting a chemical in my body, that was something, my past memory. My father had cancer, and the cancer was developed because of consuming the medicine. He was having an acidity issue, and for that reason he was consuming one medicine continuously in the morning and in the evening. So from that standpoint, I had in my mind that I wish I should not put medicine in the body, which will harm my body in long run. Because I've seen my father's journey. Because cancer is painful, 6 chemotherapies, and then the operation. The esophagus was stretched and removed. So everything, I've seen it. So from that, I was scared to get the medicine in my body. Then I decided not to take blood pressure medicine, and that was a fault. And it's, I would say, whoever has a blood pressure, we have to take medicines, or we have to take alternative things where we can do maybe pranayam, maybe meditations or exercise or yoga or something like that. So it doesn't impact our lifestyle from that standpoint. And it was a period of COVID when this happened. So it was second lockdown in India, and we were not allowed to go out, but that period, for that specific 1 2 weeks, there was some ease, so I went to bank, and I came from a bank around 12 o'clock. My mom was cooking a food for the afternoon, and I went on a business call, because my call was scheduled. The moment happened that 10 minutes after that, I just lurched on the right hand side, and I completely lost in that pattern. Then I kept the call. I called mom. Mom didn't understood what has happened to me. Then neighbor was called off. They took me here. Then for a moment of for 15 minutes, I got regained my movements again. Because of someone had uh, uh, given a massage of red chili powder on my legs, because they said, on your feet, if you scrap the red chili powder with the water, this will regain. And actually, it regained, and I was able to walk and go down till I stay on a fourth floor. So I went till second floor, and again I lost my uh, connection to the brain, and I was not able to. So my friend, school friend, who was with me, he supported me, and then all the neighbors came to help, and it took me to the hospital. But that journey to the hospital was from 12 o'clock. It almost took 1.5 hour. I reached hospital 1.5 after. Once I reached hospital, they started giving me an injection. They knew that he got a stroke after examining me, and they started giving the injection, which will break the stroke part,
The clot.
the clot. Yeah, the clot. So from that time, they waited till 8 o'clock. Twice they gave me the injection. I was having some movements of my hand and legs, but it was it was not that frequent, like a normal person. But they said me to relax, and then still started giving the injections.
Mhm.
Once that was done, 8 o'clock, they told my wife and my mom that we have to operate. And then they took me to the operation theater at around 12 o'clock in the night, and they started me. So I just remember I was on an operation theater, and they give me the anesthesia. They counted from 10, 9, 8, and I went off, and then the operations happened. The strange thing is that when I woke up, I asked my wife what day it is, because I went on Monday. I thought today is a Tuesday, but uh, my wife told me it is a Friday. So on 4 days I was a ventilator. It was a doctor told my family and my friends that there is a 50-50 chance that he would survive until he comes conscious. So from that period, when I came conscious, I asked my wife, mom, and family members at what day it is and where I am. Right, so it was.
4 days.
Then it, yeah,
I was going to ask you, the do they know why you had high blood pressure?
If you've had a stroke and you're in recovery, you'll know what a scary and confusing time it can be. You're likely to have a lot of questions going through your mind. Like, how long will it take to recover? Will I actually recover? What things should I avoid in case I make matters worse? Doctors will explain things, but obviously you've never had a stroke before. You probably don't know what questions to ask. If this is you, you may be missing out on doing things that could help speed up your recovery. If you're finding yourself in that situation, stop worrying and head to recoveryafterstroke.com, where you can download a guide that will help you. It's called 7 Questions to Ask Your Doctor About Your Stroke. These 7 questions are the ones Bill wished he'd asked when he was recovering from a stroke. They'll not only help you better understand your condition, they'll help you take a more active role in your recovery. Head to the website now, recoveryafterstroke.com, and download the guide. It's free.
yes. I had a high blood pressure because we were in COVID times. We were not having much of a activity to be done. We were sitting at home, and for that reason, I developed a blood pressure.
Uh-huh. Okay. So you've got high blood pressure. The high blood pressure caused a clot. The clot went into your head.
Yeah,
And then to remove the clot, they tried to give you the clot busting medication, TPA. That
correct.
didn't that didn't do the job 100%. And then they went and operated. Did they go in
Yeah.
from your groin in your up into your arteries, or how did they operate?
Uh,
What operation did they do?
they inserted the catheter in thighs.
Yep.
From thighs, it gave me till here.
Yes.
So this side, I still feel something. When there is winter or rainy season,
Mhm.
I can feel the pain over here, because
Mhm.
still right now it is rainy season in India. So whenever it happens, that I feel that there's something which is pricking me, or that sensation is there.
Uh-huh. What kind of work were you doing? How did you what type of employment did you have?
I was a consultant. I work for Accenture at that time. So I was a learning management consultant. Specifically, I lead finance and accounting learning management. So that was catering for Mumbai and across India.
Uh-huh. And you say you're in Mumbai, you live in Mumbai, but were you 1 hour and a half from a hospital? So were you in a distant area away from the hospital?
No, the problem was at the COVID time, there was no ambulance
Ah,
available and to get me to the hospital.
uh-huh.
So my friends has to call multiple times to different ambulances, and that ambulance took time to come to my place,
Mm.
and I was waited at downstairs for a while. So that was also an issue. Yeah.
So you guys had to make your own plans and your own trip to get to the
Correct,
hospital because the ambulance may have taken too long to get there.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's such an interesting thing because it's common everywhere. It doesn't matter who I've spoken to about their stroke. If it happened during COVID, it was chaos. Doesn't matter what the scenario was. Stroke patients
right,
weren't able to get to hospital quickly enough. They weren't able to be seen quickly enough. They weren't able to access medical care,
right,
ambulances. It was such a
right.
difficult time for everybody, the whole world. But a lot of stroke survivors that I've interviewed have um, reported something very similar. So when you woke up after the 4 days, it's Friday. When you woke up,
Yeah.
what did you discover about yourself?
Uh, when I woke up, I felt that my right side was missing. I was not able to feel my right side. I was not able to move my hand and my legs. My speech was completely gone. I was like I was speaking like that. So that was a period. But then I was in a hospital. I was for 15 days. And then I was discharged and I came home.
Right. Okay.
Uh, yeah,
And when you were discharged,
yeah.
what was your left like? What was your body like? How were you able to experience your body? Was there deficits that you had to deal with?
Uh, to be very frank, I was not thinking from that standpoint. I was uh, I was in a fight mode with my brain. That how can I improvise myself from this situation? So when I woke up, doctor asked me about my memory. So he just parted a joke that you have taken a gold for your wife, but you are not taken a gold for your mom, and just a joke for. But I said no, that's wrong. Actually, I bought a gold jewelry for my mom, and I specifically that I mentioned that gold jewelry. And after that, they asked me about do you remember your email ID? Do you remember your passwords? Do you remember your credit card passwords and everything? So I recollected everything, and I said yes. I remember everything. I have not forgotten all those stuff.
You didn't give them
So
your
then
password details, did you? They weren't trying to scam you, were they?
no. They were just checking my memories because these are the immediate thing which you do in day-to-day life, right?
Yeah.
So he asked me about Facebook password. I mean, he didn't ask the password, but he said, "Remember that?
Yeah.
Do you regain it?" I regain everything. I regain all the conversation I had it. So
Yep.
it was just 4 days.
Yeah.
4 days is still
Mm.
missing in
Missing.
my life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I meditate every day. I try to go in that 4 day period, but it is blank.
Yeah. Did you, so you had your memory that was still there.
Yeah.
What about your physical body?
Physical body. It was still. I was not able to make movement. I tried to get up by my own, but doctor and told me that don't try any experimentation right now, because your back has been very much stiff. From last 14-15 days you are in a hospital, and your back has completely frozen. That will regain a little bit. So just allow some time to regain yourself, and you will be okay.
Yeah.
But he told me that 2 years you will be not getting up from the bed. So that was a trigger point.
Because you didn't want
So
to believe him?
yes, he told me when I woke up, and in the evening he said to me in briefing that it will take 2 years to you get up from the bed.
Mhm,
So that hit me to the core.
mhm.
I told him, Doctor, you're telling 2 years. I will I will give you example that I will within 1.5 month I I will get up and I will try to walk. I will try to walk. I said to him. He said that's impossible because what we have operated, and I know the medical conditions. From medical terms, I don't see that you will get up very soon. So that hit me. That really hit me to the core. He actually challenged me. You will not do it. uh,
Did you prove him wrong?
yes, yes. Within 1 month, I actually started walking with the help of stick.
That is fantastic. So, why do you think he was telling you that you're not going to walk for 2 years? What do you think is going on in their mind? Are they trying to protect you? Are they trying to, what are they trying to do?
Yes. Uh, uh, from the precautions perspective, they were very much that I should not get a stroke again in the midst of this. And I was really bulky at that time. That's the reason he said this part.
You're much heavier.
Yeah,
How heavy were you?
around 120 kg.
120 kg. And how tall are you?
I'm 5.5.
Okay, so for somebody who's 5 foot 5 inches,
Yeah.
120 kilogram is very heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and I just want to see what it is in pounds because a lot of our listeners will be listening in pounds. It's 264 pounds.
Correct. Yeah.
And then how much weight have you lost? Have you lost some weight?
Yes. Over a period of time of 6 months, I have lost weight till 75 kg. Uh,
Wow.
uh, yeah.
So you're down to 75 kg from 120 kg.
Right. Right.
So 75 kg is 165 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a difference. Okay, so and have you found that that has helped improve your recovery after the stroke? Has that made things easier for you?
Yes. It has done good to me. I altered all my diets. I started consuming raw foods.
Mhm,
I started consuming proteins,
mhm,
maximum proteins. So from that time, I very much I was on a diet perspective. It was planned, and from that way, I have reduced over a period of time. And there were some exercise which is given to me. I do squats every day. Then I do cycling, which was a part of a regime. My physiotherapy used to tell me. So there were lunges also I was to do. Then bridges I need to create. So all the type of exercise I was performing at that time. So in that 6 months period, I was able to lose it. And to be very frank, I regained my speech uh, first. That was
Uh-huh.
100%. Within 1 month, I regained my speech. I went to another doctor, which is Ayurvedic medicines. He mentioned me, if you want to regain your speech, you have to utter a word in some particular format. So I will let you know what was that. I was doing it a e u. So a
A,
e
E, U.
u. So this muscles will get stretched and it will get activated.
Okay.
And that I have to do it continuously. So I was seated in a one room and I was continuously uttering that word a e u. Continuously, I was doing this, and that's the reason I regained this 100%. So I didn't get this stammer. I don't have any issues right now. I
Mhm.
can speak easily.
Okay. Um, so you regained your speech, and then you got up within a month. You proved the doctor wrong,
Yeah.
but were you able to walk successfully on your own after the first month, or did you still need some support? Whether it's some other things that you
No.
used to support you. Just a quick break, and we'll be right back with Sunny's incredible journey. But first, I wanted to take a moment to talk about something that's been a big part of my own recovery journey. That's my book, The Unexpected Way That a Stroke Became the Best Thing That Happened. In it, I share my personal story and that of 9 other stroke survivors who have turned their challenges into opportunities for growth. If you are looking for inspiration and guidance on your path to recovery, this book is for you. Get a copy on Amazon or visit recoveryafterstroke.com/book. Now let's get back to Sunny's story and continue to be inspired.
No, I needed a stick to walk, and there was a wife and my brother beside me,
Mhm.
because I need to make a balance between right hand side and left hand side. I need to again teach my brain that you have to walk this way. So I was a body of 37-year-old, but I was again a kid of 2 3 years. I was back to that zone. So doctor explained me very diligently. He said that right now your one side is 37-year old, but the one side is almost a kid. So you have to train that kid from the kid perspective. Again you have to grab things, again you need to try everything what you have done in your kid time, in your child time. So that's the reason he taught me everything from that standpoint. Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened with work? Did you notify work? Did you spend some time away from work? How did that go?
Yes, that's something very interesting. uh, I took a break of 6 months, but my my director and my team helped me out financially. They gave me an advance salary of 6 months, and to do my treatment. I'm really thankful to them at that time when they provided the advance salary. There are many good thing has happened with me at that time. uh, I had taken a home loan, and I have taken the insurance also. From that, my home loan was completely waived off,
Mm.
around 40 lakhs. It was completely waived off. So all financial liabilities were reduced to the core. And slowly and steadily, my mental peace was there. Okay, and I don't have to worry much about my finances, because the aid was given to me, and within 6 months, I start I started working, but before that, I started my left hand to train about to type, to write. So I started writing 1 to 100. I started A to Z. Then I started with the words. Then I started eating from the left hand. Everything from the left hand. I started typing. It was 17 words per minute. I made it very through. So once now, if I type now, you will not feel it that I am work typing from one hand only. It is normal. So I made equip myself that I have to work from that standpoint. I have to do something, and I invested in that way. Other thing, doctor told me that you have to challenge your brain. Right now, your brain is dormant, and you have to challenge. So what I did, I started pursuing LinkedIn courses. I I was doing LinkedIn courses, and I was regaining some knowledge every day because I was seated for 6 months. I'm seated idle. So he said, don't get into idle mode. Start in utilizing because you are a busy person. You were giving time to your work, your family, and everything. And right now you're idle. The bad thought should not enter your head that nothing will happen. So that
You need to
technique
keep
helped me
busy.
very much. Yeah. So I did 66 courses from LinkedIn
Yeah.
in that period, and I regained my enthusiasm. Then I wrote.
Was it difficult at the beginning to do those
Yes,
courses and to concentrate? How difficult was it? Tell me about that.
it so I started with 1 to 3 minutes of seeing videos, and the video, when I see it, I was not able to understand what is saying. Again, I have to pause it, uh, go it back, and again I do start the video and understand. So slowly and steadily I was starting understanding the of the video. So that was there. And then a half an hour, then 1 hour. So every 1 hour I used to regain it. Again, I used to see the video to gain the knowledge.
So
So
you
that
had to repeat it multiple
repeated.
times.
Yes, yes. And
Okay.
that has trained my brain very much.
And that stranger brain was that fatiguing? That does that mean that you have to rest afterwards?
Yes, yes. Yes, but it has given me an advantage. After 6 months, I enrolled for the post graduation course, and that was a challenge for me. I told them that I will be enrolling, so I told that the university that I am a person with disability and I want to pursue this course. They examined me and they told me, okay, you can do it. And then I joined XLRI, and I completed HR transformation and people analytics. So I took the different subject altogether. I'm a finance guy, but I took a different subject so that am I understanding it properly or not from that perspective. And I learned a new stream altogether
What
from the
subject did you
scratch.
take?
HR transformation, human resource transformation.
Uh-huh. And did you take that because you had an interest in that, or did you take it simply just because you thought you wanted to try something else? And
Yeah, no, I was a part of learning management system as a consultant. So I thought I should pursue this course. So it will give me an edge and more learnings and implement things in the business. So I did that. Yeah,
it's still relevant in your particular field, in the work that you do. It was very relevant
correct,
still.
correct. Yeah,
Yeah. And are you still doing that particular course, or have you completed that?
I completed that within 10 months. It was 10 months course,
Mhm.
and again I have enrolled for new course from IIM Mumbai,
Mhm.
advanced project management and analytics.
Mhm.
So the next month it is going to get convocated and the course will be completed. So the second challenge I took it after I took a break of 1 year, and then this happened in 2022. 2023 I took a break, and again I took a course in 2024, and I started doing that. So
Uh-huh. So are you back at work? Have you been able to go back to work, or has that not happened yet?
no, I went to work within 6 months. Yeah,
Uh-huh. Okay. So you went back to work full time, the normal
full
hours you were
time,
doing before?
full time. Yeah, full time.
Uh, Uh-huh. And was it difficult getting back to work? How did you navigate that? Because are you walking properly after 6 months? You still have some mobility issues. So how did you navigate leaving?
No, that was different. I was giving work from home setup.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so I don't have to go to office very frequently. In a month, once I used to visit the office. So that leverage was given to me, being a disabled person, and the projects also were aligned to me in that per se, that I don't have to go to office every day. So that was very good. My mentors and my directors helped me in that way.
And then the days that you did have to go to the office,
Yes.
how did you navigate that? Was it easy to get to the
Uh,
office?
yeah, I get a cab services
Uh-huh.
from the office. They used to take me, but I have to go down with the help of my wife or mom.
Mhm.
And when I came back home, they used to fetch me up to the building. So that was there. But slowly and steadily, when I regain the confidence, I asked that I will go by myself only, because someday I have to take that step independently. I have to walk independently. I have to go outside, meet friends, to take in the groceries or something like that. I
Mhm.
have to do myself. So I started to. So first time when I went for a haircut independently. For that reason, I got a confidence. Okay, I can walk now by myself. But so I was lurching on the right side,
Mhm.
but it's there. I
It's
regained my
still
confidence.
walking. It looks
Yeah,
different, but it's walking.
yeah.
Yeah, I understand. So that must have been a big moment for you, that first moment of new independence again.
Yes, yes. I literally cried because it is a moment of freedom. It is the guy who doesn't sit at home for a moment also. He's been seated for from last 3 years.
Mm, mm,
It is very much painful because I used to play cricket every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I was very active. I used to go outside with the friends. I used to go out with my wife, mom. I used to party also. So not a single day I was at home, and the life suddenly changed, completely changed.
yeah, big adjustment
Yeah,
from your
yeah,
physical adjustment, your mental adjustment, your speech had to adjust. Then you also had to your work situation, and then also your after hours situation, how you spent your time on the weekends. Everything's changing. It's very
right.
dramatic and it's very sudden, and you're not prepared for it. What were
Yeah.
some of the things that you struggled with the most? What were the things that were the hardest for you to deal with?
Uh,
You seem
I
so. I'll ask that question again. You seem very motivated, very upbeat. You seem like the glass is always half full, not half empty. However, stroke is a very difficult time, so there must have been some things that um, made you upset, emotional, perhaps, or worry. Was there anything that Did that?
Yeah, I the only thing I was worried about, uh, people people used to see me from different angle altogether.
Mm-hmm.
In a moment, 6 months back, I was something else. I was very much different person, and now they empathy me, sympathize with me. Okay, this has happened. You will do it good. You will. So they thought I will not be doing, or I will not be pursuing my dreams, which I had it, because now life has stopped you in some sense. You don't have to worry much. You relax and you don't think about anything. And they used to just give me a weird empathy, that
Mm,
now it is stopped. You can't do anything else. That was a direct message given by many people to me, that this is it. Now you will be disabled, and you will be dependent on your wife and mom for everything, right from getting a bath or eating a food. So that actually hit me very much, that why people are thinking that I have a same brain with the enhanced version of the brain. I have developed everything again. I started with the left hand. I regained all the moments which I need to do it. I used to eat it. I used to take a bath myself. Not a single time. I means after 6 months, I did everything by myself.
yeah. So
I
people
went to washroom.
instead of
Yeah,
encouraging you, they were
yeah,
saying, well, you just have to give up now. You don't have to worry about doing anything. You have to
yeah,
expect somebody else to look after you and help you out. And then that
exactly.
that's not encouraging at all. That's really difficult.
Yeah, yeah. That means people don't have an idea about this thing. I don't know. They have they. I think that everyone has some kind of disability. Even when see everyone, there is some disability which are visible. There are some disability that are not visible. So from
Mhm.
that perspective, I can't judge you from that day. You cannot do this.
Mm.
That is something if you give me challenge, I will definitely prove you wrong.
Yeah. And do you think they're not doing it because they're terrible people? They're doing it because they don't know any better and they actually don't know how to be encouraging. And maybe
Correct.
they're, again, maybe like you said, they're trying to um, protect you or something. They're trying to, like, it's interesting, like how people think about that. I know maybe I was not exactly like that. I was kind of the opposite. When I was before stroke, I would tell people who thought that something was difficult that they could do it. I used to encourage people. I used to make sure that they knew that all you have to do is keep going and keep trying and all that type of thing. Um, but then I found that a lot of people don't know how to deal with stroke survivors. They don't know how to have a conversation about all of the changes that have occurred, all of the problems that that person has now, all of the physical challenges that they have. So they say the worst thing that they can possibly say, trying to make things better, but they say the
Correct.
worst thing and they don't realize the impact that it's having on the other person.
Correct.
And a little bit, it's a little bit sad that that happens, but it's really important for the stroke survivor to understand that it's actually not about them. The person who is saying those words, it's more about that person. It's about that person's thoughts and approach to life. And that approach to life doesn't have to apply to the stroke survivor. You
Right.
can listen to that person, just say whatever they want to say and let it go past to the wicket keeper and forget about it. And then
Right.
just do your own thing, follow your own routine, do your own, encourage yourself. If you haven't got the right type of encouragement, fight for your recovery. Don't
Right.
accept what other people who have not been in your shoes
right.
are going to say.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I actually never thought of that. Uh, I was a different person altogether. So before that, before stroke, my personality was that I will be doing things later. That was my notion. But after
What kind
stroke,
of things?
uh,
What kind of things would you be doing later?
so I will tell you that I was trying to pursue a course for a while. So I was thinking that I will do it, do it, do it. I will, but I never took an admission, and I never went for it. But as soon as I got a stroke and when I identified my strength, I felt my strength. Yes, this is Sunny, and Sunny can do many things from that standpoint. And I started figuring out that this you can get it and conquer it. There is nothing impossible in this world which you cannot do it. So from that perspective, I was a changed person. So somewhere down the line, I feel the stroke happened to me, but I see it in a very positive way that
Hmm.
I'm a changed person. I'm
Wow.
literally a changed person.
So
Because
do you
God
feel
has
like
given. Yeah,
before you thought that life was long, and then after the stroke, perhaps do you think, okay, life's short. I better do something now. I better not wait until later
right.
because later might not happen. Is that something that you relate to?
Uh, no, I don't see that way also.
Hmm.
That life is short. Uh, I have a desire to live. I have a desire to fulfill my dreams.
Hmm.
This is just one incident in my life,
Hmm.
which taught me many things. Let me know who are my nears and dears one, and it has filtered out people also and things also in my life.
Hmm.
So I see it in that way very much,
Yeah.
and I'm very positive with that.
So it's this really serious situation. You're really unwell. You might not recover properly. You have all these concerns. Yet when you have had a chance to reflect back 3 years now, 3.5 years, you see that there's been a lot of personal growth and a lot of personal development, and you're yourself, but you're an enhanced version of yourself, even though you have the deficits that you have.
Yes, yes, definitely. Uh, when I say if I've grown in this 3 to 4 years.
Mm.
Like,
So it sounds like it's been an intense growing as well. So you've had a lot of
yes,
growing that you've squeezed
yeah,
into those last 3 years.
correct, correct. It's very much intense because I started meditations. I started uh, inquiring about that why stroke happens.
Mm.
What was the reason? What stroke has happened to me? I had a side effect of pseudobulbar effect. It is a effect in the brain that
Pseudobulbar affect.
yeah. So you don't have a emotions control. So
Hmm.
that is a part. So I'm talking to you right now, and if some thought pops up in my
Hmm.
mind which is emotional, I will start crying.
Hmm.
And if I some jokes happen to me in my head, so whenever I go to my meeting or a client meeting or director meeting,
Hmm.
I tell them that I'm a stroke patient. I might have a pseudobulbar effect. So if some thought pops up, I might cry, or I might laugh. So please don't mind it.
In the wrong
I
moments. We're in the middle of
yeah,
a meeting and I'm laughing or crying. It's not about you. It's my stroke condition doing it.
yes, I mentioned that very specifically.
Yeah. It's a very common thing, pseudobulbar affect. I had a similar situation. And every
Yeah,
once in a while, it just catches up with me and I cry. So a little while ago, I was presenting about my book. So I'm not sure if you've heard about the book, but
yeah,
I did I wrote a book. It took 4 years, and it's about all those things that you've spoken about, Sunny. It's
Right.
about how it's possible to go through the process of having tremendous personal growth during the recovery phase from stroke. And the book is called The Unexpected Way That a Stroke Became the Best Thing That Happened. Now, it
Correct.
became that. It wasn't the best thing that happened at the beginning, but it became that later on because for me, in the last 12 years, I have squeezed in so many things that the previous Bill doesn't do. The previous Bill doesn't have a podcast, doesn't write a book, he doesn't talk
Right.
public speaking, he doesn't do meditation, he doesn't learn about nutrition, he doesn't, he's smoking, he's drinking, he's doing all these things that are harmful to the body.
Right.
I'm talking with my family different. I'm nicer to my kids. I'm more emotional. And I remembered all these things, and I remembered that I had pseudobulbar affect at the beginning. I was crying all the time for nothing,
Right.
but um, but it hasn't happened for a long time. That emotional side, it settles down after 10 years, 8 years, 9 years.
Yes.
It settles down a little bit, and it
Yes.
doesn't happen so often. So I
Yeah.
went to the book launch to present about my book. There was about 40 people in the room. And the
Okay.
first moment I stood up and went to give the presentation, I cried. And then I
Right.
had to stop, I had to calm down. Then I had to continue with the conversation. And then, sure enough, a few minutes later, I cried again. I cried about 4 times during that presentation. So it's very interesting to observe myself, even after
Right.
12 years, going through that
Right.
and being triggered by something completely unexpected. And I don't know why. So in the room, I think what made it a little bit harder to get through in the room was a lot of my family and friends, the ones that really helped me, that were close to me. Some of them I've written a little bit about in the book. So it's a very interesting thing to still experience pseudobulbar affect. But a lot of people who know me now, they know that that happens and it's not a big deal anymore. Whereas before,
Correct.
when you're
Correct.
37, because I was 37 when I had the first bleed in my head,
Hmm.
and you've never cried in public before and nobody see you cry, they don't know how to react. They don't know what to say. But now they're used to it and they know that in a few minutes, I'll be fine and I'll just keep going.
Yeah. The same thing. When my dad passed away, I was strong as a stone. I didn't cry. I didn't cry, and I was after that. Uh, After this stroke, I realized that where the difference in me, that the Sunny before and Sunny now is very different altogether. But this is a much better version from that. I can see that, because when you cry, you let out your emotions,
Mm,
and it is good to be good to get out from that emotions. I believe in that way, because when you don't let out that emotions, it stays somewhere in your heart or brain,
mm,
and it really impacts our health. Those that It's okay to be cry. There is a notion that men don't cry. It
mm.
doesn't.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Real men cry, Sonny.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
So how about your family? Who lives with you now? What sort of living arrangements do you have?
Uh, um, I stay with my mom and my wife. But this year on February 29th, my mom passed away.
Sorry
Uh,
to hear that.
so yeah, that's an emotional setback to me, because she has again raised me like a kid in this 3 years,
Mm,
very much. So it's a very emotional setback. Right now, I'm going through some counseling also, because I want to overcome from that, because I have some dreams to complete, which my mom has seen it, I have to do that, and I'm much capable from that point of view. So I'm getting better day by day. But
Mm,
missing mom like anything,
mm,
because she used to be here only 24 by 7. I used to see her. So that's very really missing for me. And my
yeah,
wife, I have no kids yet, uh, uh, but will think to plan in future. Yeah.
yeah. What about the counseling side of it? How has that been helpful? Why is it important to do counseling for yourself? Why do you feel it's really important?
It is fine tuning your brain and accepting a fact that the person is physically not with you, uh, but from mentally, you should be very positive that from the astral plane, they will be with you only, and they will be giving you the blessings required. And you never think that you're alone from that perspective. So just one example, that counselor told me, do do something which your mom used to do every day, like a routine. Start performing those act what your mom used to do in the morning, evening, or afternoon. You will not feel that she is gone away. She is with you only.
Hmm.
So that has helped me very much. I used to perform few activities which mom used to do it, like watering the plants,
Mm,
uh, and then she used to prepare a tea. I prepare a tea in that specific style. Then doing rituals from the god that she used to do every day.
hmm.
So all those things I started performing. She used to go out and get something for me, my wife. So I've started doing that also, what she used to bring for us. So I feel that she is with me only, and that is a very positive one.
Mm.
It does the physical form is not there, but she's with me mentally all the time. Yeah.
Do you feel like the counseling has reminded you of some things that you already knew from, say, your spiritual beliefs or your religious beliefs? Has it just reminded you about the fact that your mum is physically not there, but she's living in your heart, and she's
Yeah.
spiritually still with you, and she's always
With
going
me.
to be a part of you?
Yes. 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 That has helped me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Your dad, how long ago did your dad pass?
7 years back.
Okay. So 7 years ago, that was before the stroke, before you had an understanding of emotions and the type of level of what's the word, like wisdom that you have now. Very different kind of experience. And did you find yourself being uh, affected by your dad's passing as much as you were affected by your mum's passing, or was it sort of had similarities but very different? You experienced it differently.
Uh, yeah, I would say it was different. When my dad passed away, I was I was like a person who will be leading the family, a man of the family. So from that standpoint, I was uh, being very strong from that way, and I have to lead the family.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but when my mom passed away, I cried like a 2 year old.
Mm.
I still cry like a kid because it's the emotions.
It's a very different, yeah. So what
It's
you're
very
saying is,
differently.
with your dad, it's kind of like the life. your life then took another turn where not only did his passing happen, but also your responsibility increased. So you
Correct.
became the man of the house, so to speak, and the head of the house, not the man, the head of the house.
Correct.
And it's a different kind of transition of relationship. So it's like your dad passed on something to you that you needed to accept and then move forward with. But as with your mum,
Yeah.
it was a very more, it probably always was a more emotional relationship with your mum because
Yeah.
she's your mum. She gave birth to you and
Yeah.
she nursed you and she did all those things. So it was and as well that you had a stroke and she cared for you in a deep way,
Yeah.
like she did when
Yeah.
you were a baby. So very different kind of experience.
Correct. Correct. Yep.
Mm. Well, it
The
seems like you're doing a great job at keeping their traditions alive and keeping, uh, their memory alive within you and your family. You're doing a great job. Do you have siblings?
no, I'm the only child. Yeah.
Okay, only child. So it's you and your wife. And what are your thoughts about the next 6 months? What are you planning to do to achieve? What's on the to-do list?
So, next 6 months, I saw your video of Etanercept. Uh,
Mm.
so that has triggered my interest. So I contacted INR, Stroke Recovery Center in it was Philadelphia, right? No,
In Florida.
Florida. Yeah, correct. Florida. Yeah,
Yep.
Tampa, Florida. Yeah. I My wife's brother is in Florida, so I contacted the center and
Mm.
I asked everything in that format. They told me that around $16,000 the cost will be there, and a certain test before that will be performed in that. So right now, I am collecting those money from that standpoint to go over there, and
Mm-hmm.
there is a waiting period of 5 to 6 months down the line. To If I take an appointment now, my turn will be after 5 months or 6 months.
Uh-huh.
That's there. So
Okay.
I'm very positive at that. Once I have that money, I'll start raising it and I'll go over there and get completely healed. That's a positive act.
Okay. So you're also you've spoken to the clinic. They've told you you need to do some blood tests. You need to get some results done. Do you do all those before you arrive to Tampa, Florida? You don't do that when you get there, correct?
Right.
So you do all that stuff in India. You send them the results. They will determine whether you are eligible.
Yeah,
And then if you are eligible, then you can make the appointment, raise the money, and then go there.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good. I'm glad because as so many people have heard about etanercept because of the interview that I did, and it's really encouraging because it
yeah,
offers hope. I know it offers hope. For some people, it doesn't work,
yeah,
so it may not work for everybody. But if you can manage the money side of it and you don't mind going through all of that to get a result, maybe I
yeah,
think it's worth it. I think it's worth going after every possible improvement that you can get, and
yes,
it's great that
yeah,
you found out on the podcast. I'm very happy about
yeah.
that.
I would like to tell you one thing. I believe in the higher self. Uh, so when I saw your video, at that time I understood that God is giving me a sign
Mm.
that Sunny, you have to do this and you will be completely fine. Because I wished God, I actually, when I meditate, I told them that the day I got a stroke and I got like this, you only have a power to do that. You can do in one day, where you can make me proper, like a normal person.
Mhm.
And after 1 week, I saw your video on Return.
Wow.
And when I saw the video, I cried. I told my wife to sit with me, and I saw it again, and we both cried. That was an emotion
Wow.
altogether.
Wow.
So
Oh, I'm
I
so
I
happy about that.
yeah, thank you so much for doing that thing, because God gave me the message that this is you need to do it, and yes, you will get better.
I'm so glad about that. I'm in Australia, you're all the way over there in India.
Yeah.
As a cricket supporter, I never want India to beat Australia ever again in the cricket. But as a human being and a fellow stroke survivor, my wish is that people find my videos and they have fantastic results, fantastic outcomes. Do you know?
Yes.
And the fact that you found that in India and other people have found it in all these other parts of the world, it's so
Yeah.
encouraging to me as well. It's what makes me keep doing these interviews,
Yes.
and it's what makes
Yes.
me keep doing this. So it's such a fantastic thing. And now what's even better is that I'm in Australia, you're in India, you've got family in Florida, exactly where you need them to be. You can fly into Florida, stay with them for a few days,
Correct.
visit your family, go and get the procedure done, and then you can really appreciate the whole experience. It's just like from one
Surely.
end of the world to the other triangle part of the triangle, and then to this other part of the triangle. It's just
Surely.
crazy how small the world has become, and how fascinating it is that you and we can connect, and then
Yes.
you can
Yes.
end up somewhere else simply because of one video. It's just ridiculous. I can't get my head around it.
Definitely. And if something gets possible, I'll meet you in Australia also.
Oh, Sunny, come to Australia for sure. Come to Australia for one of the cricket matches, maybe
I
the
want to visit MCG.
yeah, the
My dream is
MCG.
that.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
to the MCG. I live near the MCG, not far from the MCG, so we'll go there.
Okay.
We'll go and see the test match or something.
Yeah.
It'll be
Sure.
fantastic.
Yeah, surely. Definitely. We have a
All
same
right,
interest.
first stop, Florida. Once you
Yeah,
work out Florida, then you can come to Australia.
surely.
Also, I just wanted to ask you, like, what's the hardest thing about stroke for you, do you think?
I don't see anything uh hard. Just from physical perspective, muscles get fatigued
Hmm.
very frequently. You have to do regular massages, keep it oiling to that, because it doesn't get fatigue. And
Massage
you
it,
have to
you mean?
continue, yeah, to continuously do exercise.
Yep.
That's the one thing. If you miss for 2 or 3 days also, you will start contracting your muscles, and you will feel that you will start the pain in that. So if I take a break, if I don't do exercise for 2 or 3 days, it immediately gets impacted. I feel that.
Okay,
So
so the hardest
I
thing for
read,
you is the way your body feels physically.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So at least I do a squats. If I don't do anything now, I will do 40 or 50 squats in a day. That will be suffice for a day. So if I take a break, I will only do a squats. I will not do anything else. Yeah.
Okay. What's something that stroke has taught you?
Stroke has taken my ego, taken my ego. Uh, uh, it has make me humble. Uh, it showed me the reality of life, that what you are in the cloud, you are living in the cloud. You see the reality, and start enacting on the things you want to do it. Don't do it later. So those things are very much impactful. Give me courage to do it. Many things, uh, like if I have to walk again, I would take a step without asking anyone else. I need to do it. I be little bit hesitant to go out alone, but I would take a step that should go out and do it. I need to again play a cricket. That's the dream.
Mhm.
So I always try to grab a bat, but I'm not able to do it.
Mhm.
But I am very soon. I know I will be fine. So very positive with that.
Yeah. So it's given you a lot of new lessons. It sounds like you've
Yeah.
gained a lot. Okay. What there's people listening now going through what you're going through. Maybe they've just started their stroke recovery journey. Um, Tell me about like what kind of advice or encouragement would you like to give somebody who's struggling at the moment with their recovery?
Y- Yes. I want to give a advice that do a breathing exercise,
Hmm.
a pranayam, uh, and if you can do the pranayam for 1 hour or 2 hours or maximum 3 hours, that is fantastic, because you are seated idle, you're doing nothing. But if you do practice a breathing technique, you will actually activate your the lost arm and the leg, and it will help in your spasticity and regain the neural networks again in the brain. So that actually helped me a lot of breathing technique. And right now, in recent times, I started doing Wim Hof breathing technique,
Wim Hof.
which
Yep.
my friend introduced to me.
Hmm.
So that is with very much beneficial. You don't get ill from that standpoint. So if you want to do this thing every day, you want to improve it, start with 5 minutes. Means if you do, then you increase 10 minutes and get it till 2 hours or 3 hours. So you will see the difference in you within 6 months. And
Yeah.
second thing I would say, meditate. When you go inside the journey, you will find yourself. We go outside and look some for everything, but real journey is inside.
Mm-hmm.
If you start seeing that, you will be you will not be getting anywhere outside, or you're distracted. You will not be distracted. So you have to see inside. That's two thing I want to tell the world, that breathing technique and the meditation is utmost. I currently 1 hour meditation easy going. Every day I do it. Nothing, no problem into that.
I I love what you said. That's such a profound statement that the real journey is the internal journey.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's so true, man. I practiced early on meditation and breathing very, very regularly, and it made a massive difference in my recovery. And what's the best part about it is it doesn't cost any extra. You don't have to go anywhere to do it. You can do it from your bed. You can do it from your kitchen. You can do it from your couch. You can do it from any location. And the benefits are so dramatically, it's so dramatic. The benefits are so good that it's the biggest return for your time invested than anything else that you can do. And it's still important to do all those other things, but meditation and breathing exercises give you such a return on your time
hmm,
invested um, that it's just everybody 100% should be doing that.
yes. I I believe in past life also, from a religious angle.
Hmm.
So if we see, of being a Hindu from that standpoint, we believe that we take 84 lakhs life before we take a human form. So currently I'm learning something new into that, the past life regression therapy,
Hmm.
in which I go into my past and see that why this has happened to me, stroke from that point of view. So that is something which is very focused. I'm still learning now. It is
Yeah.
just one session done,
So when
but
you say why it has happened to you, what you mean is what the purpose of stroke was, perhaps.
correct, correct,
Okay.
correct. So in my past life, something I would have wished it that I should be having this. It has happened in this life, maybe.
Hmm.
I'm just guessing it, but
Hmm.
I'm figuring it out. So
Yeah.
that theory is there, that if we go and in the past and settle down our karma, uh, this thing will go away in this life. So I'm just believing that that will happen. I'm very positive about that. Let's see. And life is to explore new things. So I'm exploring it right now.
Yeah. I wish you all the best on your journey. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
reaching out and being on the podcast. I really appreciate it. Thank you for sharing your lovely stories about how the podcast has been important for you. That's really great to hear as well. And
Right.
I look forward to hearing your update after you go to Florida. I would love to hear uh,
Sure. Sure.
your update.
Yeah. Surely. And thank you so much, Bill. I, lots of blessing to you, I would say. And you actually gave me the path from the God's will. So it's very nice to connect you, and it has been very good talking to you. I'm it's like a brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sunny. I appreciate it. Well, that's another episode wrapped up. I hope you found Sunny's story inspiring as I did. I If you enjoyed this episode, please consider supporting the podcast by subscribing to our Patreon page at patreon.com/recoveryafterstroke. Your support helps us keep bringing you these valuable stories and ensures that the podcast remains accessible to all those survivors. Remember to check out the show notes for details of our guests and links to their social media for full interview transcripts and more. If you haven't left a review yet, please do. It really helps others discover the show. And thanks so much for being here. And I'll see you on the next episode.
Importantly, we present many podcasts designed to give you an insight and understanding into the experiences of other individuals. Opinions and treatment protocols discussed during any podcast are the individual's own experience, and we do not necessarily share the same opinion, nor do we recommend any treatment protocol discussed. All content on this website and any linked blog, podcast, or video material controlled this website or content is created and produced for informational purposes only and is largely based on the personal experience of Bill Gassiamas. The content is intended to complement your medical treatment and support healing. It is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice and should not be relied on as health advice. The information is general and may not be suitable for your personal injuries, circumstances, or health objectives. Do not use our content as a standalone resource to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease for therapeutic purposes or as a substitute for the advice of a health professional. Never delay seeking advice or disregard the advice of a medical professional, your doctor, or your rehabilitation program based on our content. If you have any questions or concerns about your health or medical condition, please seek guidance from a doctor or other medical professional. If you are experiencing a health emergency or think you might be, call 000 if in Australia, or your local emergency number immediately for emergency assistance, or go to the nearest hospital emergency department. Medical information changes constantly. While we aim to provide current, quality information in our content, we do not provide any guarantees and assume no legal liability or responsibility for the accuracy, currency, or completeness of the content. If you choose to rely on any information within our content, you do so solely at your own risk. We are careful with links we provide. However, third-party links from our website are followed at your own risk, and we are not responsible for any information you find there.